Oh, who knows? It will go viral and you'll make money out of it.
Oh, I have an idea for that.
We should all do it.
No, you are there too.
Fellow Toastmasters, we have no guests. And Joanna. This speech, Flaminco, with the C. Flaminco. It's number 2, so this is your second speech, which you're moving along with the speeches. That's good. First one is the hardest one. You get it out of the way, then you start giving the second, third, fourth. Before you know it, you will have your CC. This speech was basically organize your speech. Have some ideas, put them in a logical structure, and then present them to us that we can follow. You did a good job of that. You came up, you told us it was Flaminco, and I like you pronounced Flaminco and told us because whenever I heard that, I thought, Flamingo. First thing I thought of, so you let us know, because I'm sure you get that a lot, is people say Flamingo with a G, and you have to correct them. So let us know right away. I like learning about this because it's something new. I've not heard of flamenco dancing before. And hearing about the history, you did a good job of telling us a little bit of where it came from and how it incorporated so many different types of cultures and so many different instruments, things. So kind of like really is a little bit of every culture could possibly be incorporated in this. So I think that's very interesting. I think all of us here, we did enjoy your speech. We liked hearing about what you have to say, and you seem very confident in what you had to say. You're very knowledgeable. There were a few areas, though, I think whenever you were talking about the clapping the first time, it seemed like you were kind of like held back. Like maybe when give me an example of something. It seemed like you kind of wanted to give us this is here where like I'm going to give the example and kind of go all out, and this is where I'm not going to do it, and you're kind of like maybe a little closer to this side. So if you could go over here, like with the clapping, go ahead and clap loud or show us and when you had those, what those things are called?
Catapult.
Yeah, you did that once. I mean, show us that a few times because that's interesting. Like I didn't know what those were called. I've seen them before, like in movies, but I didn't know what they were. There's a spot where you got to laugh too, when you talked about the footwork. And you said that sometimes people even put nails in their shoes for the footwork, but it doesn't hurt. So just to let you know, because a lot of times when you get a laugh, you may not realize it, and that's something you can use that line again if you give the speech, and maybe you can have a little bigger of a pause at the end, and then that will draw out the laughs. Overall, it was a good speech. We learned a lot from it. Just the biggest thing to take away is going to be when you give the example, like go ahead and really give the example. One of the suggestions I just thought of too is maybe a little audience participation. If you want to have a try, say, everyone just go ahead and clap like this with me. Just something simple that we can do so that we can kind of move along with you, or we can kind of participate too, because audience participation will remember better. If we just watch, if we watch and listen, or if we watch and actually do the movement, we'll remember. And then at the very end you said, I hope you've learned a lot about flamenco. I would take that last part out because we have learned a lot about flamenco. So rather than saying you hope, to say, if you want to see me perform, maybe say this is where I'm going to perform at, or if you're interested after this, contact me, because I think it's interesting. And maybe bring a video of you performing or something like that so you can see. I think it'd be interesting because it sounded neat when you did the things, and then to see all those combined. It was a good speech, and those are the suggestions. Thank you. All right, next I'm going to call up the second evaluator, evaluator number 2. Is that Craig? Okay, Craig will be evaluating Leslie's speech.